Hello guys, it's me Sir Michael and welcome back to Sir Michael Tutorial at nandito na naman tayo para sa isa na naman video lessons sa subject na mathematics. Now, for today's video, ang pag-usapan natin is how to solve quadratic equation by quadratic formula. So, yung quadratic formula can be used in all kinds of quadratic equations. So, ito yung parang pinakang method na pwedeng gamitin sa lahat ng klase ng uh, quadratic equation kasi merong restriction kapag gagamit tayo ng extracting the square root, dapat merong mga certain condition. Ganun din sa factoring, dapat the quadratic equations are factorable, and then sa completing the square, if the factors or if the quadratic equations are not factorable, then we do the completing the square. So in quadratic formula, we can use this even though merong mga conditions. So, kahit anong quadratic equation, kahit anong form, pwede natin siyang gamitin. Ano po? So, what is the quadratic formula? So, the quadratic formula is denoted by x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So, quadratic formula, ito yung formula natin. And of course, please make sure that the given quadratic equation are written or is written in standard form ax squared plus bx plus c in order for us to use the quadratic formula. Kasi baka mamaya magkabali-baligtad ng mga sign yung mga given. So, make it sure that the givens are in standard form. So, this is the quadratic formula. Now, in the following example, we're going to apply this formula. So let us say we have the equation x squared plus 5x is equal to 14. Now, what are we going to do in this case? Since hindi siya naka-write or naka-written in standard form, gagawin natin siyang standard form. So we need to transpose positive 14 on the other side. So what are we going to do is we add negative 14 on both side of the equation. So 14 and plus negative 14. So cancel na siya, magiging 0. So our new equation will be x squared plus 5x minus 14 is equal to 0. Then that is the time that we can now proceed with using the quadratic formula. So the first thing you need to do is to identify the value of a. So remember the general form of the quadratic, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So that means ang a natin is yung katabi ng x squared. In this case, siya ay 1 kasi walang nakalagay. So ibig sabihin 1 ang nakalagay doon. And then our b is yung katabi ng x, and that is positive 5. So yun yung ating b. And our c is yung walang kasamang variable. So in this case, c is negative 14. And then we're going to plug in all the values in our formula. And our formula is x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So by substitution, we just substitute all the value in our equation. So negative, the value of b is 5 plus or minus the square root of b is 5. So that it will be 5 squared minus 4 times the value of a, which is 1, and the value of c, which is negative 14, all over 2 times the value of a, which is 1. And then simplifying the equation or the equation, so we have negative times 5 is negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared is 25, and then negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times negative 14 is 56. So that would be plus 56 all over 2. So that would be negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 plus 56 is 81 all over 2. Then we have negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 81 is 9. So we have this equation. Now, since dalawa yung ating operation dito na plus and minus, paghihiwalayin natin. So the first one is x is equal to negative 5 plus 9 all over 2. And then the second one is x is equal to negative 5 minus 9 all over 2. Then simplifying, we have negative 5 plus 9 is positive 4 divided by 2. Then this one is negative 5 minus 9 is negative 14 divided by 2. So our solutions will be 4 divided by 2 is 2, and negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. So these are our solution of the given quadratic equation. Okay, next. So let's say we have 2x squared plus 8x minus 10 is equal to 0. So looking at the quadratic equation, as you can see, the terms of the equation can be divided into 2. So ibig sabihin, pwede divide muna natin siya sa 2 para mas masimplify natin. So we will have x squared plus 4x minus 5 is equal to 0. So this would be our A. Ito yung ating A. Ito yung B. At ito yung C. Okay, so walang nakalagay na number dito. So ibig sabihin siya ay 1. Now let us plug in the form or the values into the formula. X is equal to negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. So by substitution, we will have negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times A is 1 and C is negative 5. Then all over 2 times 1. And then proceed with the simplifying. We have negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared is 16, and then negative 4 times 1 is 4, then times negative 5 is positive 20, all over 2. Then we will have negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 36, all over 2. Then proceed tayo. So we have x is equal to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 36 is 6, so that would be this one. Then paghihiwalay natin, so x is equal to negative 4 plus 6 all over 2, and x is equal to negative 4 minus 6 all over 2. And then simplify, we have x is equal to negative 4 plus 6 is 2 over 2, and we have x is equal to negative 10 over 2. Then simplifying, our solutions are 2 divided by 2 is 1, and negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Then therefore, these are our solutions on the given quadratic equation. So ganun din, kapag pwede pang i-simplify nyo muna para mas madali siyang i-substitute. Okay, so that is our second example, and then proceed. So moving on to the third example, so we have 2x squared plus 3x is equal to 27. So now this given is not written in the standard form, so gawin muna natin siyang standard form. So yung 27 ililipat natin sa kabila, and to do that, we add negative 27 on both sides para makancel. So that would be 2x squared plus 3x minus 27 is equal to 0. Then this is our A, this is our B, and this is our C. Now we can proceed with substitution. X is equal to negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. And then by substitution, we have negative 3, which is the value of B, plus or minus, sorry, wala po itong square. Nag-enjoy ako sa square. So that would be plus or minus the square root of, ito yung may square, 3 squared minus 4 times the value of 1, which is 2, times negative 27. And then all over 2 times 2, kasi yung A natin is 2. Then simplifying, we will have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9. Then negative 4 times 2 is negative 8 times negative 27 is, so it is 216. So that would be plus 216 all over 4. And then we will have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 plus 216 is 225 all over 4. Then proceed tayo sa ating solution. So we will have x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 25 or 225 is 15 all over 4. Then paghihiwalayin natin siya, x is equal to negative 3 plus 15 all over 4. And then the other one is x is equal to negative 3 minus 15 all over 4. So we have negative 3 plus 15 is 12 divided by 4. And then we also have negative 3 minus 15 is negative 18 divided by 4. And then we have the first solution is 12 divided by 4, 3. And then the second solution is 18, negative 18 divided by 4. So since hindi siya divisible or hindi magiging whole number yung sagot natin, let us simplify this and reduce it into lowest term. So in this case, we can divide both sides of, we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 2 para ma-simplify natin siya. So that would be negative 9 over 2. And this is our solutions. And that is how you can use the quadratic formula in solving quadratic equations. Thank you.